Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have been dying to show you this actually because I did a video recently about bullet journaling and I started my own bullet journal and I'm really enjoying it. However, this was sort of a tester to see if I would really enjoy doing it, if I knew what I wanted to go in it and what I might want to go in, you know, for the following months, etc., and how I wanted to plan it out and see if I would actually stick to it. And I've done a whole video on how I've put it together. I've also got things in the back for, you know, blog ideas, etc. I won't go into it, but I've actually done a haul. So yesterday I hauled some items to go with it, and I'm not the only one that's enjoying this. Claire has gotten into it too. I knew she would. I absolutely knew this would be great for her. We are now waiting on our bullet journal books to come. Now, probably one of the most used notebooks. You can use any notebook, lined, squared, whatever, but one of the ones that seems to work really well is the dot grid. So it's basically dotted. It's, I think, what people use for design or science, you know, they use that sort of dot grid. And so we've ordered them and they're not cheap. They're over £12, but I wouldn't think twice about ordering £12 worth of makeup. So I thought, you know what, we are trying to save, but this will help us to have something to do. And so I bought some bits and bobs and I wanted to show you them. And I wanted to show you what I bought because it was quite cost effective. We went to try and get some bits. You could spend a fortune. You could spend a fortune, but we didn't. And we have so much anyway. And I wanted to go through what we ordered and how much they were and, you know, why we ordered it and what we already had. So firstly, I have a box full of pens and rulers and protractors and stuff like that. I've used this little storage box that Claire bought me for my birthday. I love these. These are so cool. And in here, I've got a couple of metallic pens. So I'll just show you those there, which are really good for headers. I love handwriting. I've got a thing about it, always have ever since child. There are these little fine liner pens. We've got ours from Wilkinson's. They're like 15 quid for the Beryl ones and the Stabilo ones. And I'm not paying that. And I thought I'd rather spend £2.75, just especially when we haven't quite got there yet. These are the Wilko ones. They've got a soft rubbery feel. Got a pack of black ones. And then I got 2 packs of coloured ones. And as you can see, the lid is coloured. I should have shown you these, by the way, before, but I realised that I got them all out because I was too excited. I'm sure you don't mind. And basically, I'll just show you them, what they look like. They are the fine tipped, very fine tipped, and how they look when you write with one. I'm just going to use an old pad here. I have so many pads, but it doesn't matter. So this is how you, so if I just write my name there. So that's how it looks when you write with one. They're quite finely tipped. But the good thing about these is that they don't, because they're felt tippy, they don't go through the paper and leave a transfer of not just the ink, but I'll show you the back. It's not raised at the back, so your paper you can write on 2 sides basically. And if anybody remembers being at school and getting a fresh notebook ready for the start of school, a fresh exercise book, and you write on that first page, it feels lovely, but that second page was always a nightmare, especially if you used a ballpoint pen and it's all raised and you've got to write over it and your handwriting gets worse. And it was one of my pet peeves. I don't know if I'm the only one. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. So these are really good for making sure that if you're writing, and also small, if you're writing any of the information down, it doesn't transfer through. And then different colours are going to help for making things a bit easier to identify. So I really love those. Also bought a couple of these handwriting pens. Now, please tell me if you remember the Beryl handwriting pens. They were red, not these ones. These are the Tesco ones, I think. These were dead cheap and they are really lovely. They're a really lovely, sleek, matte red colour. They've got a black rubberized thing here for when you're using it. It's a plastic nib with a black plastic tip, basically. And I'll just show you how this writes. I love these. I prefer these to the fine tip ones. They still have that similar the similar width of the pen, like the density of the pen, so it comes out nice. But something about this pen feels really, really nice to write with. So I bought, there was 2 of those, and they're not expensive, so if it runs out, just go and get another couple. So yeah, definitely really enjoyed that. Sorry, I'm just keep writing my name, but it's just easier to show you. So also got the italic pens, because I was saying about headers, and basically these are the medium italic pens. So they've got a flat top there, and then they go narrow. So it's wide and then narrow. If you've never used an italic pen, you basically hold them at a 45-degree angle so that you get a really good line. So you get something like that. So it's a bit easier to get that. I mean, I wouldn't use it like this. I would probably be doing, you know, fancier letters than that. But I don't know. Like that. Who knows? Anyway, so that's what it looks like. I'm hoping that this video is the right way around at the end of this. Who knows? Otherwise, everything's going to be backwards, isn't it? So love those. Got a couple of those. They weren't expensive either, because we got them in Wilkinson's, and we also got those other these ones are Wilco's as well. Wilkinson's, Wilco, same thing. Got a couple of highlighter packs, one of which are these long, thin highlighters, like this. Again, I'll give you a little demo of my highlighter. I'll just give you a line underneath. So these are nice and bright, really good for highlighting things. That's why they're called highlighters. And then these little mini ones, they're dead cute. Oh God, you can't get the lids off these. You can tell I've not used them yet, because we got them yesterday and just been messing around. Oh, la la. And again, just does what it needs to do. Really lovely. Slanted felt tip. Thing is with highlighters, they always run out. It really is annoying. They just get right on your nerves. And then I also picked up from Tesco, because I wanted to trial them out, their fine liner pens. Unfortunately, the one that I got that was red had leaked everywhere. So the red one had leaked. These are oval shaped. You can see there at the end. So it makes them a little bit nicer to sort of hold that way round. And I'll just use this one. It's black. Again, it's fine line. Very pretty. Does what it needs to do. But I wanted to trial them out anyway. Oh, can't get the lid on. Oh, okay. You have to be really careful putting the lid on, because they are narrow then. You can see that it's oval. Just so you know. And I bought a little protractor. I mean, it feels like going back to school. I think that's why I'm really enjoying it. Not because I want to go back to school, but that sort of fresh stationery. So I just bought a little protractor set. I'm sure it was like 35p or something for this little set, just so that I could use it for a ruler, basically, because it's quite good to do to draw things with a ruler. I've seen some people do it without, and do you know what? Your book is your own when it comes to the bullet journal, but I can't do it, and I'll show you why in a minute. Before I do that, I'll show you what else I bought that was not pens and not rulers. In this little box, this little beautiful box, is anything sort of sticky or sellotapey, or I can't even describe how exciting this is. So in here is what they call washi tape, and these little tapes here, you could buy one, granted it was 8 meters, for £2 in Hobbycraft. Well, we weren't going to buy that. I mean, it is longer, but it just, gosh, I mean, it's quite a lot for just a hobby starting out. However, we went into the Range, was it? And these were packs of 3 for £1.25, which I think is much better. And I bought 4 packs and got all different sort of ones. And then I also got these little neon ones from Tesco. Can you see the little neon tapes? We got a little block of neon sticky notes, which will go really well. Got some heart sticky notes. We got some Tipex. Do you remember these little Tipex markers? You can run over if you need to use Tipex. Tipex? Who uses Tipex anymore? That's quite a blast from the past. And then some sticky label strips that are colourful that you can stick on. Yeah, they're more ones that you put. I think the stickiness is on the edge here, so you can put them as tabs maybe, or just stick them down. We bought some glue as well anyway. So I absolutely love those. They're really useful to use the washi tape, really. So if you make a mistake, it actually can make it quite pretty if you just stick it over the top. And then I had some bits and bobs from Christmas that I bought together that when I was using it for Claire, for her present, I had some little bits in there, some stickers, etc. So we'll use those, but I haven't got them in here. But what I do have is in Tesco's, there was a little set that had a notebook and then 300 sticky labels. God, I'm turning into a nightmare. You know me, if I become obsessed with something, I mean, it won't be makeup anymore, it'll be this. And so it had these little sticky list labels that are, you know, post-it notes, but they've got little things on, like this little post-it note that says, don't forget, for example, and this one that says, oh, goodness me, I love you. You can see it there. And then another one that says, just to say, and I love that. And this one, for you. They're really cutesy. I love cutesy things. Oh, excuse me. Dropped on, you're awesome. I thought they were uber cute for us. This is all for me and Claire to use, not just me. Although I quite happily just do it all myself because I'm weird like that. Also, inside the packet that I had, there were these little frames so that we can do little things with that and pop that in. It's not scrapbooking, so that makes it a bit easier. I can't scrapbook. I find that really difficult. But what it is just, well, I'll put the explanation of a bullet journal down below. It will make it easier for you to understand. And then in Tesco, they were selling these little notebooks for £2 each, down from something like £8. They're hard cardboard at the front, and then they've got different, they've got lined paper, they've got this diagonal lined paper, I don't know what you'd use that for, and then they've got a green gridded paper and a white gridded paper, which is let's get it here because I've already drawn on this one. I just want to show you. So it looks like this, and I thought this would be really good to do sort of practicing on, because I wanted to work out what my new bullet journal is going to look like. So I went through, I'm quite creative. I'm not the most artistic. Some people are incredible and I wish I was, but I'm not. So I wanted to try what my layout was going to be like, for example, for my monthly planner. And I've got, I'm probably going to do a grid like this for my monthly plan, and then I'm going to have my goals at the top here in the scroll. I've decided to do something very different here, but this will be my water tracker and my exercise tracker. So this is really habits, and then here it's going to be my no buy and anything that I'm trying to do during a month. If it's really important, it's going in here, and then at the bottom I'm going to have sort of inspirational quote or something of the month, so something that keeps me going. So that's going to be an interesting setup, and I can't wait to do that. Here is my weekly plan. Now my weekly plan is actually going to be more of a weekly meal plan, and then my blogging and YouTube one. I decided to go against putting the same information everywhere. I just sort of want to have something that's going to be what I intend to get out of my month, so the goals, the habits, so I can keep track of those, and sort of what's going on in the month, so I can, what this will be, you know, headline things that are going on, just what's going on. But then here in this one, yeah, it'll be meals across here 1 to 7, and then underneath there's going to be my blog and my YouTube tracker and content tracker. So that's what that looks like. And then daily it will have a little calendar at the top, and it will say which week it is, and then daily what the date is and what day it is, what tasks I need to do, and then in this corner it will be things that I don't know, I may double up on the tasks because there may be more, but we'll see. I'm going to keep that filled out, and there will be 7 to a page there, so it will be weekly. Might be easier to do it that way. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it. And then for the back pages of my bullet journal, I've got some ideas, so I'll show you it a month in advance anyway, so that's you'll see it. And then I was doodling a little bit yesterday. For some reason, it turns out I can draw food really well, and I'm drawing all kinds of things in my food. I was just having a bit of a doodle. I'm actually going to take this page out and I'm going to stick it in my new one because I really like it. And it's just all sort of things that we eat and not eat, and just me doodling. Like, we've got very out of things that are a little bit out of proportion. So we've got like a huge chili there compared to the apple. So there's your chili, tiny pizza slice, huge burger, tiny cupcake, a little carrot, big jar of jam there, a pear, a jelly bear. Apparently I can draw jelly bears. I love that, by the way. I love my jelly bear. Some peanut butter over here, an ice cream hidden, an ice lolly hidden in the back there, a bag of rice somewhere here, big bag of rice, and chocolate bar just here, which you can see just behind everything else. My little croissant. I love my little croissant just there. So yeah, I got really creative yesterday. But this is really good for practicing, really good for sort of practicing handwriting and what I might do in terms of, you know, what sort of things I want to highlight. So my to-do list, and maybe I'll use a banner, or who knows what I'll use. But I have options. And I did some handwriting ones, just playing around with different fonts. That was my attempt at drawing a cow. I don't know what cows look like. I mean, I do know what a cow looks like, but I just couldn't imagine it. I couldn't get it in my mind. Isn't going to happen. I'm not going to draw a cow. You might be wondering why I might be drawing a cow. It's because I wanted a page about recipes. Anyway, so that was those notebooks there. So they look like that. Claire's got one as well, because I don't like buying for me without buying for her, that's for sure. So we didn't spend a fortune, actually. It came to about £30 altogether. And we both spent around, maybe it was £40. We both spent around £20 each. And then the bullet journals that are going to come, I will show you those when they arrive. So that is that. I've gone far too long, but they are, that was my little haul. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Take care, guys.